Hey, I'm Stephanie, and it's time for a lipstick declutter. I have been doing a slow motion putter declutter of my entire makeup collection for the past 2 years, but this video marks the beginning of a new era, one of hardcore declutters, and today we even have a swatch fest. My ultimate goal is to keep only the best of the best of the best of all my cosmetics, because I only have one face. I can only wear so much makeup at a time. Since makeup does expire eventually, I want to rehome those beautiful things that haven't quite made it into my ultimate favorites so that they can get the love they deserve elsewhere. I'm hoping this process will give me more space and time to simply enjoy the beautiful things I already have, and help me to visualize what I can mentally, spatially, and energetically afford anytime I'm tempted to buy new makeup, hopefully supporting my adagio beauty or slow shopping mindset. But I also know that I am not the sort of person who typically makes excellent split-second decisions, so here's my plan. Today, I will swatch all of my lip products, bullet lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, balms, glosses, everything. And then, based on those swatches and my feelings towards the different formulas, I will try to declutter as many items as I can. For example, I want to limit the number of bullet lipsticks I have to fit into this container. This can fit 24 lipsticks. That's a lot of lipstick, so I think I should be able to pare down enough to meet my goal. Sure. Once I'm done choosing what I want to keep, I will put all of the decluttered lipsticks into a separate time will tell box, hopefully out of sight, out of mind. And that will give me some time to live with the decisions I've made and see if I'm happy with them. After I have lived with my newly decluttered collection for several weeks, I will report back and share my final decisions and final inventory with you. If that sounds like something you'd like to see and follow along with, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And now we're going to switch to the overhead camera and do some serious swatching and decluttering. This is our starting point. In this box here, I have my everyday lipsticks. These are the ones I tend to gravitate towards most. Then I also have lip glosses. I've got my more colorful lipsticks that I don't necessarily wear every day, but I still enjoy. I have things like liquid lipsticks that I wear on stage. And I even went so far as to go into my coat pockets to try to find things like lip balms. And so I think these are all of the lip products that I use cosmetically. Before we begin the real nitty-gritty of the declutter, I'm wondering if there's anything that I could find in this pile that I already know is worth getting rid of. So we're going to start with anything that is lip plumping, because I have discovered I don't like that sort of product. And I can see one right here. There's this one. It's a beautiful color. I love the finish, but these Buxom lip products have that icy, plumpy thing, and I don't like the way it makes my tongue feel. I don't like the way it makes my lips feel, and certain people are unwilling to kiss me when I wear this. So I'm going to get rid of these two, despite the fact that they are gorgeous colors and they look beautiful on the lips. I just don't like that plumping feeling, so they're going to go. Another thing I've realized I just don't like in a lip product is glitter. And this was given to me. This is one of the Lancome Juicy tubes. And this is also going to go because I just don't like the glitter particles on my lips. And that is it. We've gotten rid of 3 so far. I guess that's a good start. I think the next step is to maybe clear off the table and clean out this box, because this is the box we're going to end up with. So I'm going to clean it out and then see where we go from there. I thought we'd start with my everyday lipsticks because I know these the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple that I automatically know there's no way I'm going to get rid of because they're my favorites. And then I can start putting them back in the box, and then that will start taking up the space in here. This is Chanel's Rouge Cocoa Formula shade 402 Adrienne. And there's no way I'm getting rid of this one because this is probably the perfect peachy nude on me. And so this is going to be the first one that's going right back in the box because I know I'm going to keep this. And I'll swatch them later. But for now, I'm just going to kind of get organized. Let's see, another one that I know I'm going to want to keep is this from Gucci. This is the shade Sally Soft Honey. And this is kind of a pink gloss. And this is also just so easy to wear. It's a beautiful formula. It's a beautiful color on me. And so that one is also definitely going to stay. Let's see, this one from Chanel. I actually know this is going to go, not because I don't love it. I think this is a beautiful lipstick. It's discontinued, I think. It's the Rouge Coco Shine formula in Deauville, shade 67. But I have a friend who I know would absolutely love this. And so I'm going to give this to her. Another shade that's a perfect everyday shade for me to wear that's so comfortable is this Chantecaille Lip Veil in the shade Tamboti. And this is also just kind of a My Lips but better shade. It's slightly mauvey. It reminds me a lot of the shade Pillow Talk. I can't compare it because I used up Pillow Talk, but I really like this color. It's very easy for me to wear. And this one from Lisa Eldridge, Kitten Mischief. It's a beautiful formula and it's a beautiful kind of pinky nude on me. And so that's easy to wear. And speaking of a pink, this is actually not a nude on me. This is quite pink on me. This is Givenchy's Le Rouge Sheer Velvet in shade number 16. But this is maybe my favorite matte lipstick to date, at least my favorite matte that's not a nude. And so this is definitely staying. So now I have the colors that I absolutely am not willing to part with. And the remaining colors from the box are all lipsticks that I really enjoy the color and formula of. But I'm going to have to be willing to part with some of these if I'm going to keep any of the more exotic colors I have over here that are just off screen. So I'm wondering if I can maybe scan this and see if there's shades or formulas that I would be willing to part with, or that I could at least put on the chopping block. This one from NARS sticks out to me right away. This is limited edition packaging, but it is a permanent shade, I believe. It's the shade Barbara, and it's a beautiful color of pink. It's kind of a nude pink, so it's something that's very easy for me to wear. The formula is very, very comfortable, but the problem with this lipstick is that the formula is just a little bit thick, and so I feel like the formula itself, the consistency is very present on the lips. And that's not necessarily the look that I tend to go for nowadays, so I think I'd be willing to part with this one. And now I'm not sure there's any I would want to part with right away, so I'm going to try to select some for the chopping block. This one from Sicily is a gorgeous formula, very comfortable to wear. The formula also looks nice on the lips. It's not too heavy, but this shade is just a little bit difficult for me to wear. It's the shade Beige Tahiti, number 11, and I'm just not sure it's the perfect shade of beige for me. So this is one that we'll have to swatch later and see, but that's going to go on the chopping block. This should be Mac Whirl. Yes, it is. And this was decluttered to me last year. And I was so excited to get this, but I think this color might be a little dark and cool toned for me on a day-to-day. I think it looks a little bit too vampy for me to wear that often. So this can also go on the chopping block despite the fact that it's a beautiful formula. And this formula from Gucci I really adore. This is the shade Linnet Stone. I kept the pink version of this, but Linnet Stone is a very cool toned color that's also a little bit harder for me to wear. Because this formula is very sheer, it's easier than, say, Whirl is. But this is something that maybe I could put on the chopping block, so we'll do that right now. And is there anything else? Muse. This should be Velvet Muse. Yes, this is Velvet Muse from Lisa Eldridge. And it's the same thing. It's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful formula. It's a matte that looks like a beautiful painted version of lips. You can see the formula on the lips, but in a very pretty way that doesn't emphasize the lip lines in an ugly way. It kind of just shows them in their natural beauty. So I like the formula, but the color might just be a little bit dark for what I tend to wear. So that can go on the chopping block. And then this Gucci matte. This is in the shade The Painted Veil, and I have it in a satin formula. And I've noticed that I have the same color in two different formulas, and I almost always reach for the satin version. So the matte version of the Gucci The Painted Veil is going to go on the chopping block as well. And another one that I think can go on the chopping block is this. This should be, nope, this one here. We have the shade Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury. And this shade is a really pretty, almost concealer lip nude on me. And a lot of times I'll use this in the very center of my lips to highlight my lips, or I'll use it with a darker lip liner to kind of give myself a very contoured, almost concealer lip look. It's a nice shade because it's not quite concealer lips, but it's useful. I'm just not sure if I absolutely need it, so that can go on the chopping block. And then the rest of these are all shades I know I use a lot. This is also a very nude shade on me. This is JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. And this, I think, is actually my perfect beige. So actually, we can maybe make this decision right now already. This here is Beige Tahiti, and maybe we can swatch that right here. This is Beige Tahiti from Sicily. Beautiful formula. I'm just not sure the color is perfect for me. And then we have here JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. And this color is just a little bit lighter, a little bit peachier, a little bit warmer. And I feel like this one is just easier for me to wear. Both of them look pretty, I think, on my lips. But this is always the version of beige that I'm going to reach for. And so I think this is the version of beige I should keep. So we will keep JK Magic. And we shall get rid of this Sicily Beige Tahiti because I'm sure I can find a home for this where it will be much appreciated. Since swatching Beige Tahiti versus JK Magic helped me make that decision, maybe the best thing to do right now would be to swatch my favorites that I'm definitely keeping. And that way maybe I can do some comparisons just to make my decision making easier. So let's do that now. So this is Chantecaille Tamboti, the lip veil formula. Maybe put this one right here. And we've got Chanel Adrienne. We've got JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, those are kind of similar, huh? Well, I have a feeling all of my favorites are going to be kind of similar, to be fair. Then we have Sally Soft Honey from Gucci. We've got Kitten Mischief from Lisa Eldridge. And we have shade 16 Nude Boise from Givenchy. That's a very sheer formula. It takes a little bit to build up. So here are my absolute favorite lipsticks. And now maybe I can swatch the other ones and see if there's anything I could immediately get rid of or immediately know I would want to keep. So this shade is Dévoré from Tom Ford. And this is a favorite winter lipstick of mine. And the only reason I didn't immediately put it into my favorites is because we're now in spring. And so I find myself wearing cooler shades like this less often. But let's swatch this and just see what it looks like. So right off the bat, to me, it looks cooler than the rest of the lipsticks. And I feel like that's a good thing to have because it gives me options. And so this can be one of the cool lipsticks that I keep. Out of all of my favorite lipsticks, I only chose to keep one matte so far. So maybe we should try looking at the mattes next. Let's see, this is a matte, this is a matte, this is a matte, and this is a matte. So we can move these over for now and see maybe which of these would be worth keeping, because I don't wear matte lipsticks that often. I do wear them, but I always tend towards satin and cream formulas more. So I don't mind having fewer mattes, but having a couple would be good. This is one that I know I reach for a lot because I felt like This one was just a little bit more suited to me than some of the other ones. For example, this Gucci one that's on the chopping block. I felt like this was a little bit too cool toned, so it was a little bit more difficult to wear than this. So this is a good one to be in line for the favorites. So let's try swatching this one. This is shade M10 from ZC Cosmetics. And it's a very easy to wear, comfortable formula that smells like Nilla wafers. So very nice option. Then we have the shade Velvet Fawn from Lisa Eldridge, a beautiful formula. And also a beautiful color, one that's relatively easy for me to wear. Looking at it, depending on how the light hits it, this one is a little bit pinkier. Velvet Fawn is just a little bit pinkier, and this one is a little bit mauvier. And nuance is always important when it comes to nude lipsticks. So these are both still in the running for me. I still really like those. This is Matte Velvet Teddy. And this is like an iconic color from MAC. And let's try this. Also, a similar color. We can see I have a type. And this is a little bit more intense. I would say it's kind of like a more intense version of my favorite Givenchy. And so I think this is going to have to go on the chopping block for now. Not because it's not a beautiful color and formula, but because I think I would probably always gravitate towards the sheerer version of the color. So we'll put that in the chopping block for now. And then the last matte we have is Very Victoria from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is one that I've used a lot. It's kind of similar to Pillow Talk, I feel, but it's a more mauvier version of it. And that's also a super comfortable formula to wear. And I would consider keeping this one. I think maybe if I have 4 mattes, it seems like a lot, but let's see. If I have this matte, which I know I'm definitely going to keep. So difficult. The Lisa Eldridge shade is beautiful. Oh gosh, this is gonna get hard for me, I can tell, because these are all definitely favorite colors of mine. So for now, I'm just going to keep these in the maybe pile because they're all beautiful. And now we're going to move on to some of the glossier, balmier formulas. So I'm going to just make some room on my arm and we'll go on from there. Okay, this shade from Gucci. This is Katrin Sand, and it is in the Rouge à Lèvres Voile formula. And this is one of my favorite lipsticks. And the only reason it didn't immediately make the first cut was because this is a summer color. And I'm not quite there yet, but it's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful peach on me. I'm just wondering how similar it is to Lisa Eldridge's. It is kind of similar to Lisa Eldridge. Ooh, that's tough. But you know what? I really like this one, and I like hers. I think this is going to come right into the top of the running because it's been a favorite of mine. So that makes it into the box already. But let's take a look at another formula. This is the Rose Perfecto formula in shade 110 from Givenchy. And this is a beautiful sheer lip balm that I've always enjoyed wearing. See how sheer that is? I really enjoy that. It's so easy to wear. It looks so pretty. And I think I'm going to have to keep this one as well. Okay, that's going to go in. All right. Then we have 2 more from Gucci. Can you tell that I have some favorites? This was a Christmas gift. This is a lip balm, super easy to wear, and it's more of a winter shade for me, which is also why I didn't immediately make it in. But it's almost like just a super fancy version of a chapstick, and this is beautiful in the winter. And so I think maybe I'd keep it for that. I don't wear it a lot right now, but I do wear it a lot in the winter. Yeah, it's gonna go in the box. Now we've got this is a L'Oreal lipstick. It's the Color Re-Shine formula in the shade 900 Glossy Fawn. And this is also gorgeous and easy to wear. But the formula, if I'm not careful, can get a little gloopy looking on the lips. So I have to be careful when I apply this one. It's a gorgeous color. It's got beautiful shine to it. But I'm not sure. It's just the gloopiness of the formula, actually. And it's not that gloopy, to be fair. but I'm just wondering how similar it is to this Gucci. This is the Painted Veil in the Satin formula, which is kind of more up my alley, and that is a beautiful color. But I feel like it's very similar to many of my favorites. Oh gosh. So maybe this one can go on the chopping block, and this one is a little bit peachier, so maybe this one can go towards the I think I want to keep them. Oh goodness. This is really getting into the nitty gritty. See, this is why every single one of these shades was in my favorites box, because they're, I mean, look, they're all kind of in the same family. They're all kind of the same thing. Oh goodness, it's going to be hard to part with some of these. Okay, so the current status is I have 10 lipsticks in the box. I've got 24 slots overall, so I still have over half of my slots left. I've got 4 here that I would definitely like to keep. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here that I'd like to keep but are on the chopping block. But then I have a whole bunch of colorful lipsticks to go through. So I'm gonna make some space. So we're gonna move the chopping block versions over here. We're going to put the I think I really want to keep them over here, and we'll just kind of make some room. And now we're going to pull in the colorful options. These are all lipsticks that I definitely wear. They're just not my everyday colors. I've got reds and oranges and purples in here. And although I do like to have them, I don't need probably this many. So let's do the same thing we did with the first box. Let's see if there's anything I can immediately remove. And one thing that has really been bothering me lately has been like kind of a dried, itchy feeling on the surface of my lips. And this is a Lancome lipstick, and I find that Lancome uses some ingredient in their formula that must do that to me. So I'm going to be getting rid of this color. This is Orchid, Exotic Orchid by Lancome. Beautiful color, comfortable formula, except for the fact that it has something that irritates my lips in there. So this one is going to go. Let's see, this here is a very purple matte lipstick, and I was kind of keeping it for, I don't know, very extreme vampy looks, and I have used it every once in a while, but it's so seldom, I'm not sure it's worth a slot in my box. So I think this one can go, especially because I have another very purple lipstick. This one is from Anastasia, but this one is a more realistic version of that. It still gives me a vampy purple look, but this formula is also very easy for me to kind of manipulate so that I can wear it in more everyday friendly ways if I want to, and yet still have an extreme version. So I definitely don't need both of these, and this one is much more flexible and realistic. So I'm going to keep the Anastasia, and I'm going to give away the NYX. Another formula that's kind of been bothering me has been this YSL. I really like the smell of these, but I also feel like my lips dry out when I use these. And so I'm going to be giving all 3 of these away for that reason. All right, so we already have fewer options to deal with here. These are all kind of bright colors, but they're kind of realistic for me to wear. There's one I'm missing. Where did it go? Ah, here it is. This one. So these are all pretty realistic bright colors that I wear. Although this one here, Nude Beach from Too Faced, this one is like a very ballet pink on me, and even though I think it looks nice and I can wear it, I very seldomly reach for this one. And I know that this color looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous on my mother. So maybe I'll see if she would like this because it would suit her so well. But I think this is going to go on the chopping block because it's not necessarily my color. Is there anything else that can go on the chopping block? This here is another pink, and I feel like for the most part, if I do pink, it's a nude pink. And this one is a little bit too bright on me to be nude. But it is something that could look really nice in the summer because it has kind of like that corally aspect to it. So this one's also going to go on the chopping block. This is also by Too Faced, and this is the Spice Spice Baby shade. In an effort to reduce decision fatigue, I think I'm going to take this one out of the running for now because this is PR. I received this lipstick from the brand Queen Musia. It's in the shade Becky Sharp, and this is a beautiful matte cream formula lipstick. It's a beautiful pink color, but I have a very similar color to this in my collection, and I'm not sure yet if this one is going to beat that one out. If you can see, this shade here is my favorite Givenchy pink matte lipstick, and this is the Queen Musia. And when I put them next to each other directly, you can see they're very similar colors. And on the lips, they look like an identical color. The formula doesn't look identical though, because the Givenchy has kind of like a blurring quality to it, whereas this is kind of more of your traditional matte lipstick formula. Both of them are beautiful, but I think if I could only keep one, it would probably be the Givenchy, just because it's a more original formula to my collection. I don't have any other blurring matte lipsticks. This is the only one I have. And if they're the same color, then I think I would probably want to keep the more unique formula. But I don't know. Maybe I'll keep both of them. I kind of have to decide, but you know, I'm still kind of in the midst of that process. And because I don't have to decide just yet because I'm testing this, I'm just going to kind of put it in a separate place so I don't have to think about it. Okay, now we're getting into the more dramatic colors. First, this is going to go into the maybe pile because I know that I've gotten some really nice, fun use out of this one. This is Anastasia's Dusty Mauve, and this is the purple that I decided to keep. So we'll swatch that here for reference. This can be sheared out to a very wearable nude color, but as you can see, it can also be very vampy. So I'm going to put this in my maybe pile. Let's see, and then this here is Birkin Brown. This reminds me a lot of Mac Whirl, but it's got a little bit more red to it than Mac Whirl, so maybe I'll swatch those next to each other. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Birkin Brown, and we'll put that next to Mac Whirl and see how those two look. Yeah, I think out of those two, here we have Mac Whirl and then we have Birkin Brown. And because the Birkin Brown has that red in it, it makes it a little bit easier for me to wear. So I think out of the two of these, I only need to keep one because they're so very similar. And I think out of the two, I would keep Birkin Brown. So Birkin Brown is going in the chopping block pile, and Whirl is now moving out of my collection. Now we are left with my reds. This is a Marc Jacobs lipstick. Marc Jacobs has been a defunct brand for a long time, and I have absolutely enjoyed this lipstick because it is like a fluorescent orange version of red, which is just so original. This is the only thing I have like it, and look how bright that is. But it is very bright, meaning I don't wear it very often, and although this lipstick doesn't smell like it's off, I just feel like it probably should be moved out just because of its age. But it's a beautiful color and I don't have anything else like it. So for now, it's going to go on the chopping block. I have a feeling I'm going to have to get rid of it just because, I mean, it is old, but this is just such a dramatic color. It's fun to have every once in a while. Now, this red is what I would call my most wearable red. It's the Walk of No Shame from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's a very brown-based red, so it's just very, very easy to wear. It doesn't look too vivid on my lips, and sometimes I just like to have an easygoing red, and so this is a good option to have. So I think this is going to go in the maybe pile. Another very wearable red for me is this one from Gucci. It's the shade Goldie Red. And this is a very sheer formula. So if I just have one swipe, it's not all that apparent. It's just very easy to wear. And I can build it up if I want to. But this is also a super comfortable, easy formula to wear. I always call it my Gucci chapstick because it feels kind of like chapstick, but it looks just really nice. And so this is going to definitely be a maybe for me. And these two lipsticks from Urban Decay I think of as one. They're both matte lipsticks, but in different formulas. And these two lipsticks I almost always wear together as a pair. And I will use Bad Blood as my base and kind of like on the outside of my lip to give it that contour. And then I will brighten up the center of my lip with this brighter shade of red. And they're very close, but they're related. And I feel like that makes it for a very realistic highlighted contoured look. Plus, I can wear both of these on their own if I want to. If I want a more vivid red, I can wear this. If I want a deeper red, I can wear that. But I feel like these two are one lipstick to me, and they stay or go as a pair because I'd say 9 times out of 10, they're going on my lips at the same time. So these are going to go also in the maybe pile. Ah, but wait, I found 2 more lipsticks that are colorful. This is kind of an in-between. This is a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't have quite the staying power as like this KVD one. So I consider this almost like a bullet lipstick, even though it's in liquid form. But these are 2 of what I would consider vivid lipsticks. So let's take a look at these. This is the shade Amazing Grace from Charlotte Tilbury, and it looks like this. So maybe it would be better if I put it over here because it's more similar to these colors here. But this for me is a relatively dramatic color. And I feel like that this is my favorite Givenchy soft matte. And I feel like if we compare the two, yeah, they're very different. And this one, I think this one might be a little bit too much for me. I don't know. This is going to go in the chopping block pile for sure. This one from YSL, this is just a free sample that I got. It's in the shade, it looks like the shade 1. This is really fun. It's their Tatouage Couture Matte Stain. And I really think it's a fun color, but I'm not crazy about the staining property of it. I don't like lip stains. I've discovered that. And so I think because I don't like that, I'm going to be getting rid of this one here. Just because even though it's a beautiful color, it's kind of similar to the bullet lipsticks that I have, and they don't stain, whereas this one does. As a brief aside, when I look at my absolute favorite shades and how similar they all are, and then I look at these shades here, which I also really enjoy, just look how much bigger the difference is between these colors and these colors. It's just kind of amusing. Now it's getting tricky for me. I don't know how to go from this point on. These are the lipsticks that I'm thinking of keeping. That, you know, were kind of not on the chopping block. These are the nude versions. These are the more colorful ones. And these are the nude ones that were on the chopping block. And these are the colorful ones that were on the chopping block. And if we look in my box here, let's see if I can fit everything in. If we look in my box, I have 14 slots left. How many of my non-chopping block lipsticks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all of my non-chopping block lipsticks could theoretically fit in here. Ooh, this is going to get tricky. Especially because like I don't really want to actually let go of any of these nude lipsticks. How many are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Technically, I could just get rid of one of these, and then I could keep all of my nudes and my favorite colorful lipsticks. Oh gosh, this is hard. Okay, first of all, I was looking at these arm swatches of all my dramatic colors here, and something that stuck out to me about this color is, as pretty as it is, this is just a really vivid pink on me. And it's just not the sort of thing that I would wear because I tend to like to wear colors that are kind of native to my skin tone. If I'm going to wear a pink, I want it to be something that's native to my own coloring. And I feel like this is a little bit too bright. I feel like it almost looks like a foreign body on me. So we'll get rid of this Amazing Grace one. We'll give that one away. All right. Then the Marc Jacobs lipstick. Oh gosh, look at that. It is so pretty, this Marc Jacobs one, that kind of orangey red. But this, it doesn't smell funny, but I don't know. I feel like keeping it might be a health hazard. I don't know. What do you think? Gosh, it's so hard to say goodbye to this, but maybe it's time. And I honestly don't wear it that often. I maybe wear it twice a year. So maybe it's not worth keeping just for that, but oh gosh, it's hard to say goodbye to this one, but we'll let this one go. What else do we have? We have here Birkin Brown. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of This here is Birkin Brown right here, this kind of like reddish brown one. And I feel like this color, it's hard. Let's see. Let's look at this color versus, let's see, is this the right one? Yeah, Walk of Shame. Let's swatch those next to each other because I feel like they're kind of somewhat related. Let's see, where will I swatch them? See, this is Birkin Brown, and we'll just swatch this here. And then we'll swatch it next to Walk of No Shame here. And as we can see, they are very, very different. They're not the same at all. Oh gosh. The question is, how often do I really want to wear a brown and how often do I really want to wear a red? And the answer is, oh gosh, I probably want to wear a muted red more often than a muted brown like this, but it is something that oh gosh, this is getting hard. Okay, those are still maybes for now. These two colors, see, I feel like this was Amazing Grace from Charlotte Tilbury, and I chose to give that away because it wasn't native to my skin. And I feel like this Too Faced Spice Baby or Spice Baby lipstick was one that it's kind of in the same color family, but it has something that's more similar to my skin tone. So, that's kind of a maybe. But then we have this one here, which is that kind of ballet pink. And there was a time in my life where I was wearing a ballet pink. I would wear like a white button-down shirt with black pants and maybe a blazer, and I would feel like this was the perfect color for that. But I don't really wear that sort of outfit anymore, and I also don't tend to wear this color very often. So I think I'm gonna let this go and see if my mother would like it. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We've almost got the chopping block bright colors gone. So hard. Let's see. We've got MAC Velvet Teddy. That is just a pretty color. I just really like that. Oh gosh, this is gonna be hard. Wait, you know what? I need to wash these swatches off. We're gonna start fresh with the swatches. All right, I don't know exactly where to go from here, but let's see. Let's take a look at that. Okay, we've got this Lisa Eldridge lipstick in Velvet Muse. This is gorgeous, but it's kind of vampy on me. Oh gosh, but it is pretty. It's like a wearable vampy. I kind of like a wearable vampy. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, then we have this Gucci in the Painted Veil, but it is the matte version. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh gosh. But I think because there's a little bit more warmth in the Lisa Eldridge one, I think maybe that's the one that I should choose over the Gucci. Oh man, this is such a hard decision. Oh, okay, wait. And then this MAC Velvet Teddy. Let's take a look at this one as well and just see. Yeah, see this one, these two are very similar. Oh, goodness gracious. But see, yeah, these two have both a little bit more warmth. I think I would be more likely to wear these two than I would the Gucci one. Okay, so the Gucci, we're saying goodbye to Gucci. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're saying goodbye to Gucci, but we are. Okay, and these two are surviving for now. Ah, so difficult. Okay, and then let's see about Birkin Brown, because that's also very vampy on me. Yeah, see, because we're saying goodbye to the Gucci, I think maybe the Birkin Brown can stay. Oh, I don't know. It's still a maybe. This is so hard. Why is this so hard? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I have 14 slots and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh. Theoretically, I could put all of these in and then just decide on one of these. Maybe I should do that. Okay. Let's look at finishes for a second. I have this matte ZC, which we will also swatch with the other matte so we can see them all together. This is ZC M10, the dragon lipstick, and this is gorgeous. And we're gonna also, just for the heck of it, swatch Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Fawn next to that as well, because I feel like they're all kind of similar. Yeah, see, I like that one, I like that one, I like, yeah. Okay. So we've got this matte which I think is actually maybe my favorite nude matte color on me that I have. So we're definitely going to keep that one. And then I really do like Velvet Fawn, the second best. So that is also going to go in there. And then out of the rest of the matte lipsticks, oh gosh, I really do like Velvet Teddy. So Velvet Teddy is going to go with the matte lipsticks. Okay. So we have 4 mattes in total now. 4 matte nude lipsticks. Now when it comes to the reds, I feel like these two have to go together. And this is my dramatic red combination. So I think we kind of have to put these in here. So where do I want to do that? Oh, let's see, maybe we'll go like this and we'll put those together and then we can put my reds all in a line. So we've got those 2 matte reds. Maybe we'll keep one more red. The question is, do we want to keep a sheer red or do we want to keep a muted red or do we want to keep both? We could keep both. I wish I could be more organized about this. I really do. But I feel like my mind's going a mile a minute. Who knew that choosing between like nuances of lipsticks could be so difficult? I think for the third red in that row, we'll go with the Gucci Goldie red because I don't have any more coral lipsticks. I got rid of the coral colored plumping gloss. I got rid of the YSL coral lipstick, and this is the closest thing I have to a coral. So I think I'm going to see if I use this summer. And if I do, then no problem. And if I don't, then maybe next summer I can go out and buy a coral colored lipstick. But I think I'm going to keep the Gucci red for now. I think this Anastasia purple lipstick in the shade Dusty Mauve also deserves a spot in here. So maybe we'll put it here because we've got the kind of cooler colors over here. So maybe we'll put these together because this should be Kitten Mischief, yes. And then maybe we'll put this L'Oreal one in there as well. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's see about this color. What does this color look like? This is Gucci, the Painted Veil. And it's funny because that's the Painted Veil right there in the matte formula, and that's the Painted Veil in the satin formula. This is a much easier color for me to wear. I really like this one. We're going to keep this. And I think we'll put it, oh gosh, where are we going to put it? We'll put it here because it's pretty vivid. And this is also pretty vivid for me. So we'll do that. Okay, how many spots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 spots left and we have 7 lipsticks, which means I have to get rid of 2 of them. Oh, we're getting down to the wire. Okay, I really love this formula. This color isn't the absolute best for me, but this is like a winter shade. And I do like wearing it in the winter. We've got, oh, this is Bitch Perfect. Okay, this is the one that I don't wear all that often. But it is a pretty peach nude. Oh, that's hard. Because it goes well as a center shade for this one as well. So this one is still worth considering. Oh, Birkin Brown. This is the Birkin Brown. And do you see how, I don't know if you can see, but there's like, it's kind of splotchy. It doesn't necessarily do that on the lips, but I don't wear it that often. I really don't. And okay, it's either that or Walk of No Shame. Okay, we've done this already. Ooh, which one? Oh gosh. Oh goodness gracious. Stephanie, just pick one. I can't. Why is this so insanely hard for me? Okay, Very Victoria. This is just a shade that it's just kind of like a part of me. I'm so used to wearing this. I think I kind of have to keep that. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, we'll take Velvet Muse out of the running for now. We'll just put that to the side. We'll take this one and put it to the side. We'll take Spice Baby. We'll take another look at it. This is a really pretty, objectively pretty color on me. So maybe I should kind of like keep it and force myself to wear it just because it honestly deserves more attention than I've ever given it. So maybe we should do that. You know what we could do? We could cheat. Am I willing to cheat Am I willing to cheat? I think I might be willing to cheat. Because see, this is a lip balm. And lip balms tend to live in my purses and jacket pockets. Because I also have 2 other lip balm products here that I dug out of jacket pockets and purses. And so I think maybe these 3 will live in purses so they don't count. I don't know why I feel so evil. Okay, but that gives me an extra slot. Oh gosh, okay, how many slots do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 5 lipsticks. Okay, so one of these has to go. And the question is, which one will it be? It's going to be Birkin Brown. Birkin Brown's going to go because I don't wear it that often. Okay, but now, yeah, I almost for a second was going to bring back this Gucci, because let's swatch these next to each other for a second. This is Gucci's The Painted Veil, the matte version. And that's what that looks like. And this is Linnet Stone, and it's like the gloss version. But see, even though that's a cool color and it's kind of hard to wear, look how sheer that is. I mean, I can build it up a little bit, but it's so sheer and it's so comfortable. I kind of have to keep that one. But look how just opaque that is. Oh, that is so beautiful. I don't know. Okay, that's back in the running. What is wrong with me? Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. I have 5 lipsticks. Okay. I really enjoy this formula. I can't really imagine myself giving it up. We're going to put it with the cooler lipsticks. So they're all there. Okay. So now we're down to, what do I wear more often? Here in the Charlotte Tilbury formula, we have a muted red and we have a concealer lip. Both of which have their advantages. Which one do I wear more often? I'd say I wear them equally as often. When it comes to Velvet Muse and the Painted Veil, all right, let's take another look at these. We have to get rid of one of these. Which one is it going to be? Let's swatch them all. We've got Lisa Eldridge, Velvet Muse. Very vampy on me, but just look at the opacity of that, the softness of the edges, the way that swatches, that's just gorgeous. That's a beautiful formula. And then we have Gucci, the Painted Veil in their matte formula. And we have the same thing. Look at the opacity. Look at the softness of that swatch. That is a gorgeous formula. Okay, then we have Walk of No Shame from Charlotte Tilbury. And this is just that beautiful muted brick red. And then we have Bitch Perfect, which is just a completely different color, completely different animal, because all 3 of these are the matte formulas, and this one is a satin formula, which is more up my alley anyway. But it is also a concealer lip, which is more difficult to wear. Okay, looking at these in the viewfinder right now, I feel like this one is the coolest color. This is the Gucci, and yeah, this one is the hardest one for me to wear because of that coolness in there, that kind of cool brown aspect. And I feel like these are all a little bit more native to my skin than this is. This always kind of makes me look a little bit dead, which isn't always a bad thing, really. But these all kind of wake my face up a little bit more, whereas this one really doesn't. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm saying goodbye to Gucci's Painted Veil matte lipstick. Oh my gosh, this is really harder than I thought it would be because I really like this. Let's put these back in here. We'll put this here and we'll put these here. Okay, so this is now my lipstick collection, and then I have these 3 lip balms on the side. So I cheated by taking the Gucci out of the box, but I think it's okay because if this sort of thing lives in my purse, that's just a very realistic sort of thing. So that's good. Okay, so now we've taken care of bullet lipsticks, but we still have liquid lipsticks and glosses. So let's take a look at those. So here are my liquid lipsticks, and these are old, like embarrassingly old. but it's not the sort of thing I want to go out and purchase a lot of because the only time I ever wear them is on stage. The black is definitely a stage lipstick, but here's the thing. I also have a black lip liner, and I think I could get away with just the lip liner. So I think I'm going to get rid of this because this is just old. All of them are. This color also makes me look a little bit dead, which is sometimes what I'm going for, but not very often. So I think I can get rid of this one too. This color is perfect for the stage because it's such a deep red. So I think I'll keep this one. And this one is also a very dramatic color on me. So I think I'll keep these two for the stage and get rid of these two because I just don't need that many liquid lipsticks. And I have something that I can use instead of this. And this honestly just isn't the ideal color for me, I don't think. Which means all we have left now are glosses. All right, this one I know I want to keep. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip from Tarte. It's the original. There's no plumping, there's no shine, there's no vinyl, there's no glitter, nothing. This is just the plain old original version, and it's in the color Orchid. It's a very easy color to wear, very comfortable formula, very glossy looking, very pretty. I like this, so it's definitely going to stay. This gloss looks like it has shimmer and stuff in it, but really it's just a clear gloss. It's the Lancome Juicy Tubes, and it's their ultra shiny lip gloss formula. It doesn't have the color on it. I don't know what color it is, but all I know is that if I need to have a really glossy looking lip, then this does it for me. So I think I'll keep that. When it comes to the Lisa Eldridge lip glosses, I think the formula is great as long as you use a very thin layer. This isn't the type of gloss that you can really pile on. You just put it on in a thin layer. It gives you a beautiful, glossy, hydrated look with gorgeous colors, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of volume. And I think that's fine. I don't necessarily need volume or want volume. This is a great formula. I just don't like the packaging. So I think I'll use this up, but I'm not ever going to purchase these again, just because what happens is the tube is so short and thick that you've got to have this really wide stopper in here. And what happens is when you get to the point where there's only about half of the product left, you can't really get to the product anymore because of that thick stopper. You can't kind of manipulate this to try to get to the side. So you have to take the stopper out. And the second you take the stopper out, product just flings everywhere every time you use it. It gets in your hair, gets all over the walls, gets on your clothes. It's just kind of a disaster. So I'm going to use this until I can no longer get product out when the stopper is still in, and then we'll call it a day. This Fenty Beauty, let's see, what do they call it? The Latte Lips Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. This is a gorgeous color, but there's something in the formula that I think irritates my lips because for some reason my lips get dry when I use this. And so I think I'm gonna get rid of this just because of that. And then I have been saying I want to try lip oils for a while, and then I was given these, and they are Ulta Beauty tinted lip oils. And so I think I'm just going to try these because why not? I have them, and I feel like this isn't so many glosses that I'm going to get overwhelmed. So these are my lip glosses, and I guess I'll swatch them because that's what we do during these videos, right? So here we go. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy lip, just the normal version with no plumping or anything, in the color Orchid. Really pretty. Then we have Lisa Eldridge Muse lip gloss. Looks gorgeous when you just put a thin layer on the lips. Really glossy, really pretty color, really comfortable to wear. Very happy to have that. The Lancome Juicy Tube lip gloss in a random color that isn't listed on the package, but this is just super shiny, very comfortable to wear, and doesn't really add much color to the lips, but adds a whole lot of gloss. So that's a good one to keep in general, I think. And then we've got these tinted lip oils that were recently given to me, and they're from Ulta Beauty, and they're all just kind of first of all, they're just kind of minis, so I think it'll be easy to use them up, and it'll be fun to test them out. So this one is in the shade Made in China. No, I don't know. There is no shade on here. Okay, we've got this Ballet Pink shade. Then we have this kind of more purpley mauve shade. So there's definitely color to these, but I feel like they're just a very comfortable formula, pretty easy to wear. Not super glossy, but also not dry. I feel like it's a nice kind of satin finish. I really like this color, this brown. That looks nice. And then we have this very peachy color. Maybe this will be the coral I need for summer. Although that's, I don't know, it's like a corally pink. But that's a pretty color. Those have like a nice opacity to them. So this is my gloss collection. Maybe I should line them up so that they're all in the right order. So this is my gloss collection. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 glosses. I think keeping it under 10 is probably pretty good. If we want to keep things under 10, maybe what we can do is we can say, okay, glosses and balms, this category is all together and should be under 10. I think that's pretty good. So let's swatch the balms as well. This is from Stila. This is in Opal. It's just a clear balm, just comfortable, you know, just gives very little shine. You can almost not even see it. It's very invisible. This has like a minty smell to it, but it doesn't have a minty feel on the lips. And that's what I like. I don't mind if it smells minty. I don't want it to feel minty. And this doesn't feel minty. It just smells minty, so that's okay. Then we have this Lanolips Perfect Nude for dry lips, hydrating, nourishing lip balm. And it is tinted in a very pleasant color. So the one problem I have with this balm is that in the winter, it's got lanolin in it, so it's very thick, and then it gets very hard to squeeze out of the tube. But during the summer and, you know, when it's warmer, then it's very easy to use and very nourishing and comfortable. And then I have my fancy Christmas present from my parents, and this is my Gucci lip balm in the shade Esther Rosewood. And this is also lovely. So these will go back to living in my pockets and purses. These will, I don't know, find a place in my makeup storage kit. And this is what all of my glosses and balms look like. Here are my only 2 remaining liquid lipsticks. To be honest, I shouldn't even be keeping either of these because they are far too old, but you know what? I only wear these on stage, and I just don't feel like going out and spending money on a product that I end up wearing very seldomly, because even on stage most of the time I can get away with a bullet lipstick. There are just very certain performances where I need a liquid lip like this, and I just don't feel like spending the money on it. So I'm going to keep using these until my lips fall off, or until they smell bad. Right now they still smell fine. So I figured I'd swatch them for you since we've swatched everything else. They're both from KVD Beauty. This is the shade Lolita 2, and it's a very terracotta red color. And the reason that I like these is because they honestly stay put. It's very difficult, even with the modern lipsticks of today, to get a lipstick that's going to stay put on stage when my lips are constantly brushing up against a microphone. And this formula just works perfectly. It's the best formula I've found to date. And so I'm just going to keep using this, even though I probably technically shouldn't. But you know what? I'm going to risk it. So Lolita 2 and Nosferatu. And this is my bullet lipstick collection. It all fits in the box. Of course, I'll have to see what happens with this one. After I'm done with my review, I'll have to see if this Queen Musia lipstick is able to replace any of the ones that earned their spot in this box. But why don't we swatch my final lipstick collection and see what it looks like. Chantecaille Tambuti. It's a very pretty color. Then we have Gucci, the Painted Veil in the Satin formula. Can already tell. There's going to be a lot of very similar colors. We have Givenchy, shade 16 in their Le Rouge Sheer Velvet formula. It really is sheer and blurring, and that's why I like it so much. Then my number 1 favorite peachy nude lipstick, Chanel shade 402 Adrienne in the Rouge Cocoa formula. Gucci Sally Soft Honey in their gloss stick formula. Oh, so pretty. Givenchy Rose Perfecto in shade 110. Beautiful, easy to wear lip balm. But I mean, this case, just absolutely gorgeous. JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. Then we have Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury. Then we've got Very Victoria from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh yeah. Okay, then we got the reds. We've got Bad Blood from Urban Decay. Oh, Bad Blood. Look at that one swipe. Look at that opacity. Oh. And then 714 from Urban Decay. Also, oh, so opaque. What a great formula. Then we have Goldie Red from Gucci. And just look at the difference between those three reds. I think that's just amazing. It's great. Then we have Velvet Muse from Lisa Eldridge. We've got The Walk of No Shame from Charlotte Tilbury. Then Spice Spice Baby from Too Faced. That's that one right there. Sorry, I think I swatched that off camera. Shade M10 from ZC in their Dragon lipstick formula. Ugh, what a pretty color. Then we have Velvet Fawn from Lisa Eldridge. I don't have enough space on my arm to swatch all of these. That's how many lipsticks I have. I felt so limited, but look at how many lipsticks that really is. Then we have Velvet Teddy from MAC. Right in the elbow. So that's Velvet Teddy. Then we have Kitten Mischief. We're just going to start swatching them up here because that's the only way to do this, I think. Okay, Kitten Mischief. Gorgeous. Comfortable. Satin formula. Then we've got Katrin Sand. Also beautiful. Satin. Gorgeous. Easy to wear chapstick-like consistency. Just perfect. I know it's Gucci, not chapstick, but still. Then we've got the one and only drugstore lipstick I own. Made the running. Drugstore can be excellent. So we've got Color Reach Shine, shade 900, and that is called Glossy Fawn. So we've got Velvet Fawn from Lisa Eldridge, and then we've got Glossy Fawn from L'Oreal. Very pretty color. Then we've got the cool shades. These are my winter shades. This is Linnet Stone from Gucci. So pretty. This formula is so good. Then we have Dévoré from Tom Ford. Also a winter shade for me. Just a beautiful, cool mauve. And then the most vampy color I have is this purple. This is Dusty Mauve from ABH. And wow. So let's see if I can fit my whole arm in here. I don't know. Can I? Can we see all the colors? Kind of. I'd say that's quite a range for one person. I think this box is a good limit to have. These are all the lippies I'm going to be giving away, and I think they served me well. So let's give them a last hurrah with a swatch party. We'll start with the Fenty Beauty Latte Lips Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. This is such a beautiful color. It's a shame that it irritates my lips, but what a beautiful nude color. This is the Buxom, what is it? Their lip plumping something or other. Their full-on lip polish in the shade Stephanie. Gorgeous color, but once again, I'm just not into that lip plumping, cooling thing. So we'll swatch this color here. But to be honest, I love this color. It's hard to say goodbye to the color, but it's easy to say goodbye to that lip plumping feeling. This is the shade Nancy And this is a gorgeous color for summer, but once again, I'm just looking forward to not feeling that plumping deal on my lips anymore. This is another gorgeous one. This is a Volupté Shine from YSL in the shade 8. And this was just such an easy orangey coral to wear in the summer. You can build it up, but I would always wear it very sheer. Ugh, what a gorgeous color. But it irritates my lips, so we're going to say goodbye to that. And same with this Lancome. Another gorgeous color, another gorgeous formula that irritates my lips. This is the color Exotic Orchid. What a pretty color, huh? Ugh, what a shame. I really wish it didn't irritate my lips. But I guess it's good that it does, because I had to get rid of something. This is the shade Amazing Grace from Charlotte Tilbury. Gorgeous summery color, but just a little bit too far outside of my wheelhouse. Marc Jacobs. The shade is Cori Cora. And wow, what a gorgeous shade this is. But unfortunately, it's just too old. It doesn't even smell bad. But I just feel like it's time to say goodbye to Marc Jacobs. The brand is going to be resurrected, and I feel like, like this should be gone before that happens. Then we have this beautiful Gucci color that makes me look dead, but in such a beautiful way. And unfortunately, I don't really want to look dead that often, so we're going to be giving this one away. This is the color, the Painted Veil, in their matte formula. What a gorgeous one swipe opacity. Look how smooth that is. And we've got Birkin Brown from Charlotte Tilbury, a beautiful red-based brown. This is just also a gorgeous color, but one I don't wear that often, so we're going to give that away. And this also makes me look a little bit dead, if I'm being honest. I used to wear it in a very sheer layer, and then it worked, but I feel like I can get a similar look with some of the lipsticks I kept. We have shade 11, Beige Tahiti, in the Le Phyto Rouge formula from Sicily. Gorgeous formula, really comfortable to wear, but the color is just a little bit difficult for me. We've got this beautiful color from NARS Barbara, but this formula is just a little bit too thick for my liking. It's not impossibly thick. I think a lot of people would enjoy this, but I tend to like slightly thinner formulas. So NARS Barbara will be leaving the pack, as will Nude Beach. This is actually my mother's color. This is one that she should be wearing. It's a gorgeous kind of ballet pink. It really is a comfortable, beautiful formula, but it's just a color I don't tend to really reach for that often, and it's a shame if it just goes to waste in my drawer without getting used. A similar color is shade 47 in their Rouge Volupté Shine formula. I think this has been discontinued, but I think they have a similar line out now. Yeah, these two are very similar. I think if I had to keep one, I would probably keep the Too Faced one, just because it doesn't irritate my lips, first of all, but also it's just a slightly more natural color, and I like that. Then we've got the other YSL balm that unfortunately irritates my lips, but is a nice, beautiful, shiny formula. That's going to be leaving the pack. This is one that I reach for and would keep, except for the fact that I know someone who would just adore to have this in her collection. So I'm going to be giving this one to her. Look how sheer, and that's just an easy one to wear. We got Mac Whirl, a classic shade, absolutely classic. Was given to me last year, decluttered to me, and as beautiful as that is, it's just not a shade I wear very much. I wear the lip liner all the time as a contouring shade, and I thought that it was going to be great to have the two, but in reality, I just never used it, and it should get use. Then, this NYX Professional Makeup shade Up the Base. Okay. Very nice name, but this is also a color that's hard to wear, and I have an easier version of this in an Anastasia formula. Then we've got the liquid lipsticks, a black liquid lipstick. This was something I would only wear on the stage, but it was fun. It's just old, and I don't wear it enough to warrant keeping it, especially since I have a black lip liner that I can use in its place. Then we've got this in the shade Lolita 1, and this is just a shade that I don't need for the stage. And since I only wear liquid lipsticks on stage, I can give this one away. This is a gorgeous formula, once again from YSL, but irritates my lip skin. So I will be giving this one away. As beautiful as that is, it's not for me. And then the last one, a Juicy Tubes gloss from Lancome. And this has glitter in it. And that drives me nuts because when the gloss fades, the glitter remains, and I don't like having just pure specks of glitter intermittently on my lip skin. It's beautiful when the gloss is on because it's just this beautiful shiny gloss. But as soon as that gloss fades, you know, you eat something, you drink something, you talk too long, all you're left with is specks of glitter on the lips, and they're not evenly placed enough to look deliberate and cool, so they just look weird and flaky. So this arm is all the stuff that I am parting with, and this arm is all the stuff that I'm keeping. And it's funny because they look like versions of each other, don't they? They're very close, but I feel like this version, the stuff that I'm keeping, is more my skin tone. I'm just gonna sweep these over and you can look. So keepers, giving away. And now that I see how similar both arms are, but how this arm is just a little bit more my colorway, I feel like I've made some good decisions. So this is everything. These are the items I am decluttering. It's 21 items in all, and these are the items I am keeping. In total, 24 bullet lipsticks, 2 liquid lipsticks, and a total of 10 glosses and balms. It's very satisfying knowing that all of my bullet lipsticks are now all in one place. It's not that my everyday lipsticks are here and my more dramatic colors are somewhere else. Now every single one is in here, whether it is a nude lip or a dramatic vampy red. I'm also very curious to see whether I will miss any of the lipsticks I put in my time will tell box. Of course, only time will tell, so I guess we all have to wait for the results. If you enjoyed this declutter, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe, and comment to make sure that you see my upcoming declutters as well. But even if you don't, have a great week. And I hope we can all remember that even stumbling can be a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.